Hello students, in the last lecture we have started with the fourth chapter, that is supply analysis. We have seen what is total product, what is supply and what is stock. Now in this video I will cover individual supply, exactly what is the meaning of supply and market supply. So let's begin with that. Meaning of supply. The word supply implies the various quantities of commodity offered for sale by producers during a given period of time at a given price. It is related to time and place. It is related to time and place. It's a relative concept and we always express in terms of place and time. Okay, so definition of supply. According to Paul, supply refers to relation between market prices and amount of goods. There exists direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. Students, if you remember, in case of demand, we have seen that there exists inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. But in the case of supply, there exists direct relationship. What is direct relationship? It means that whenever the price starts rising, supply also rises, and whenever price falls, supply also falls. What it means? Because now we are studying this concept from producers point of view, from suppliers point of view, from shopkeepers point of view. But demand, in that case we are the consumers. So what the consumers want? Consumers want goods at lower price. But here, as we are the supplier, we are the producer, we are the shopkeeper, we want more price, so that we will supply more. As more price indicates more profit. So the supplier is willing to supply more. So remember this, there exists direct relationship. डायरेक्ट म्हणजे सेम डिरेक्शन मध्ये प्राइस आणि सप्लाय बोथ directions are same. Now supply refers to one more thing we have seen, that what is schedule and what is curve. Supply curve, supply schedule. Supply schedule means what? Tabular representation of the data, means we express everything in table form, and curve is graphical representation of data. So if I am going to draw supply curve, that means I am presenting it in graphical form, and if we are putting the values in tables, then that is schedule, that is tabular representation of supply schedule. Okay, then we have seen two more things, that is individual supply and market supply. Obviously individual supply means what? It is a supply by a single producer supplier, and market is we are going to take the sum of all those suppliers. We are not going to see whether he's a small shopkeeper or he's a big producer. We are not going to see. We are just concentrating on whatever he is producing. We are just taking the sum. We are just taking the total of whatever he is producing. Okay, so one by one we will see all these concepts. See, supply refers to quantity. As we have already explained, I have already explained that supply, whenever we talk about supply, we are going to express it in terms of price, at what time, and in which quantity. Okay, so farmer's total output of rice is 4,000, but that is not the supply. Whatever he has produced, that is total product, or we can say that it is a total stock. But when he is going to sell that stock at a particular price, see, if the price is 40 per kg, he offers 1,000 kg for sale, then we will say that is actual supply. Then we have seen that we have two types of supply, that is individual supply, market supply. Already we have seen schedule means in the demand, also we have seen schedule means it's a tabular representation of data sold in a different quantities at different time, different prices during a given period of times. There exists direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. मी परत समजावून सांगते, relationship is very important. Relationship between what? Price and supply, quantity supplied. Whenever price goes up, shopkeeper starts to selling more and more commodities because he will get more and more profit. But whenever price goes down, he will stop supply, or he will reduce his supply. Next, see here we have shown you one individual supply. Okay, one particular person's shopkeeper's supply at 10 rupees, he is selling 100. As the price starts rising, his supply is also rising. It is showing that there exists direct relationship. See, at lowest price, lowest supply, that is 10 rupees. Lowest supply is 100 kg, but as the price rises, so at highest price, that is 50, supply is also highest, 500. Then we have last concept is market supply schedule. It is nothing but the sum of shopkeeper A, shopkeeper B, shopkeeper C, or we can say producer A, producer B, producer C. See here, at 10 rupees price, they are supplying 100. A supplier is supplying 100 units, B 200, and C 300. So simply we are taking A plus B plus C total. So whenever you are going to draw the diagram, what we will do, we always express quantity supplied on x-axis, and on y-axis we show price of the commodity in rupees. Here quantity supplied in kg. Express the units also. Here is origin. So for 1 centimeter, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 40 rupees, and here we can take 200, 200 different, 600, 800, likewise. Okay. So at rupees 10, I'm not going to show these figures. I will show directly 600. So these figures and these figures we are going to show. So at 10 rupees, I have to show 600. Then at 20 rupees, I will show 900. Likewise, it will come like this. So this is our supply, market supply curve, and that is upward sloping. There exists positive relationship. There exists direct relationship. I'm using different words for the same, which has same meaning. Direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. Sometimes in the exam, few things are fill in the blanks. What we do, suppose this figure is not available to you, then what we will do, we will take the total 900 minus 200 minus 300, we will get this 400 figure. Okay, they are not going to write in the exam, maybe they will not give this, but you should remember, quantity market supply is nothing but sum of supply of all the sellers. See, here they have shown. Here we have finished with the concept is supply. Supply is a relative concept, direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. Then we have seen individual supply, individual supply schedule and supply curve. Then market supply schedule and market supply curve. Thank you, students.